All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra tutorials channel. I'm your host, Larry, and today I'm going to talk to you about biomods. What are they? Where do you get them? How do you get more of them? And all of that jazz. So, inside the Biolab here, which is what I've got here, it's this unit. You probably saw one in the Welcome Center when you first started playing the game, and it offered you a couple starter biomods for your active biomod slot, dash, which made it so you could just zip forward really fast, like a quick little sprint. And then you also had Pathfinder, which leaves like a little visual trail in case you get lost in caves really easily. And then for passive mods, you had Sea Skimmer, which meant that as you were swimming along the ocean floor, you'd go faster, or other surfaces. Or Oxygen Control, which allowed you to just sit still and not use as much oxygen. Active mods, you can only have one at a time because it's very powerful. And then passive biomods, eventually they want to give you access to 6 of them. And you could, that one just works passively, you don't have to activate it. My preference for the active biomod is the dash, and for the passive biomod, Oxygen Control is actually kind of nice. It saves you when you're exploring and taking the time to look around. But then the question is, how do you unlock all the rest of these, Larry? I just don't get it. And the same is true for the rest of these missing biomods from the active section. And the simple answer is, you have to wait till you're in the later part of the game, the end part of the game, where you unlock the alien Biomod scanner, the upgraded scanner that you use the modification station here to build. You can see that it's right here, the Bioscanner, and it requires alien technology in order to create. So to start things out, we're going to go ahead and show you where to find the Bioscanner. So again, this requires you to be in the late part of the game where you have already seen and been to this alien spire and the alien ruins base over here, also known as the research outpost. It's about 1,300 meters away from the life pod directly to the east. And we are going to go find our way to the wreckage that has the scanner in it. So we're going to want to go, I want to say like 105, 120-ish, but it's been a little bit, so this might not be 100% accurate. But the way that I could best describe this is we are going to the larger of the 2 main cicada wrecks that are over here that contain scannable goodies. That's the main takeaway here. So the power plant, the alien power plant, is going to be on my left as we pass it, and we're looking for a rock ridge kind of off to the side of it to the 120-ish section. Looks like the deep wing leviathans are busy doing their shtick, laying eggs. So the wreckage that you're looking for is this one right here. This is a big chunk of the cicada, and there's 2 ways to get inside of here. There's the main entrance over here, and then there's the back entrance, which requires you to have your repair tool with you. And you can come down here to this dangling bit, and the bioscanner that you need to scan is actually sitting right here on the other side of this door. So if you can, I'm not sure if you can, but if you can, repair this, and once you get inside, the bioscanner is literally right here. It's kind of weird and alien-y, a little bit red glowy. Scan it, there's only 1 fragment, and then you can build it. If not, you're gonna have to go all the way over here to the front entrance and kind of worm your way through the rest of the wreckage. It's not terrible, but you know, make sure you got a fresh oxygen tank on you just in case. So you'll go through here, you'll repair this door, come through here. There's a few different things you can scan in here. I don't think you can scan this vintage wanted poster yet, but you can get the keep calm poster and some other goodies. There's also a black box and a data box in here, and you want to go down through here into this big long air duct, and you'll be inside of what looks like a long kind of almost dock like room, There is a broken down scuba tank here where you can refill your oxygen if you need to. Go ahead and top up, and then down through this hole over here is where you will find the bioscanner at the bottom of here, with some other chairs and stuff you can scan if you don't already have them. Then you can get that scan, fix this, and then you can just swim back over when you are done. Just, you know, keep an eye on where you left your tadpole. Now, once you have unlocked the bioscanner, you can build it here. You just need to have a couple conduit crystals, your original scanner, and 2 enamel glass. In the grand scheme of things, not that difficult to get. You can find the conduit crystals all around that basin underneath of the power generation plant. So once you have the bioscanner built, you're going to be able to rescan all of the different animals that you scanned before, all the different fish, because now you're scanning them on a deeper DNA level to unlock their adaptations, their special skills. And then you can go back to the Biolab and it'll actually tell you what creature you need to scan in order to unlock that mod. So the big ones are the active biomods, like Sonic Echo or Electric Discharge or Chum Cloud. And these ones require you to do things like scan the collector leviathan, which I have a guide for, which is to say just use your tadpole as bait. You can also find these guys around the big electrical pillars underneath of the power plant. And then these little hound gars for this one can be found following around the big marrow shark looking guys that are hanging out in the hot zone in amongst all of the different magma vents. Similarly, passive mods work the exact same way. You just got to find the corresponding animal and scan it. And in my opinion, the most useful of the ones that you unlock for different mods is actually the camouflage, which you get from scanning the bullet head squid that are directly underneath of the alien ruins in the caverns below. And I'll show you how this works, because we're going to go ahead and we're going to go scan the hoverthorn in order to unlock a missing mod. So these bad boys can be found pretty much all over the place out here. We just need to point in a direction and we should be able to locate them. So here's all of the critters. Let's go ahead and get my scanner out. And it's just that simple. It works exactly the same way as the regular scanner. It'll even show you on the little radar which direction stuff is that you haven't scanned yet that you need to scan, so that you can go grab them and then go back and unlock their power. So let's go. Oh, I guess there was one in here waiting for me. Well, thanks, buddy. Nice of you to volunteer. So let's look. That one is Threat Sense. Detects nearby threats with specialized hair cells. So this one I actually tested in creative mode. I don't recommend using this because it's almost always going to trigger when you're in proximity to large creatures, and it gets really annoying really fast. But there's other ones that I prefer, like the invisibility. This one, whenever you go outside, look at my hands now. If I stop moving, I have like a weird invisibility bubble around my body, and now creatures won't be able to see me. So that one's really nice, and I'll show you some of the active ones and what they do. So if you use some of these active ones, like the Sonic Echo's kind of neat, but I don't use it that often. So now, when I'm zipping around, I can use this Sonic Echo, and it'll ping and show me where nearby resources are. Or at least that's the idea anyway. So I know there's some underneath of here. Will it show those? You know, I take it back. This actually doesn't seem all that useful. There's a ping down to here that there's a resource under here. So there's copper right here. But honestly, if you keep your eyes peeled, it's kind of a waste of an ability slot, if you ask me. The next ability that we have is the electric discharge ability. I do not know if this works that well on leviathans, but it works all right on other decent-sized fish and makes them leave you alone. And that's literally all it is. It's just a giant electric zappy tasing. And it makes them freak out because you've literally just electrocuted them slightly. You can't kill them that way, but you can, you know, do some serious damage. The next one is the Chum Cloud, which is a distraction. It basically functions like a free flare on a cooldown. It's basically like farting blood, where you just actually, it's more like, well, it says you'd like shoot blood and other gore into the ocean, but it kind of looks like an acid spit, I will admit. And it's not the most excited thing, but again, it functions more like a flare than like invisibility or anything. So if you want to go full self-defense in this game, you can shoot a flare and then run away. And then once they're distracted, you can just go invisible and wait for them to leave you alone. And there's a whole bunch of other mods that you can unlock. I think most of these are pretty mundane. You know where the crabs are, you know where the squids are, you know where the nibbler mango is. Doesn't require you to scan anything as annoying as the marrow breach. I think the most annoying one on this entire list to scan is probably the collector leviathan. Again, I recommend grabbing the camouflage ability, using your tadpole as bait, and then scanning it while it's beating up your tadpole. A lot of these other ones are kind of convenient depending on your playstyle. This one lets you get free food. This one makes your water better when you drink it. This one makes food loss slower. This one lets you retain more water. This one lets you home in on electrical sources when you're out in the wild. Honestly, some of these might have been more useful earlier in the game, because by the time you unlock this, the game right now is basically already over until they add another chunk of content to the game later. So that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. That's been how you unlock different biomods and use them. The last thing I'll go over is if you want to unequip something so you have nothing, you just click in the list on the left-hand side and it will unequip whatever biomod you're using, so you can have no biomod if you prefer not to mess around with it and just go stock human. But again, I like, for the active mod, I like to have the dash, and for my secondary, I like to have the camouflage, because then things don't bother me if I'm not really paying attention. So that'd be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been your host, Larry. This has been more Subnautica 2 guides, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.